From VOA News, Washington. In a surprise move, a former director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation was named Wednesday as a special prosecutor to oversee the investigation of Russian government efforts to influence the 2016 presidential election and related matters, according to the U.S. Justice Department. The appointment of Robert Mueller as special counsel, also known as a special prosecutor, does not mean a finding that crimes have been committed or that any prosecution is warranted, explained Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who in recent days expressed skepticism about the need for such independent oversight. What I have determined is that based upon the unique circumstances, the public interest requires me to place this investigation under the authority of a person who exercises a degree of independence from the normal chain of command, Rosenstein added. Without mentioning Mueller's appointment, President Donald Trump in a statement said, "A thorough investigation will confirm what we already know. There was no collusion between my campaign and any foreign entity. I look forward to this matter concluding quickly." After his new assignment was announced, Mueller said, "I accept this responsibility and will discharge it to the best of my ability." Stock markets tumbled, the dollar's value sank, and worried Republicans wondered what else could go wrong Wednesday as President Trump faced congressional inquiries into allegations he tried to derail an FBI investigation of former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and disclosed classified intelligence to Russia. This is VOA News. The Trump administration has announced that it will continue nuclear sanctions relief for Iran, keeping in place an Obama-era deal. Under the 2015 deal, sanctions punishing Iran for its nuclear program were waived in exchange for Iran's commitment to roll back the program. But continuing the sanctions relief requires the renewal of a 6-month waiver. The most recent waiver, issued by former Secretary of State John Kerry in December, was set to expire this week. But the administration also imposed unrelated sanctions on 2 Iranian defense officials, an Iranian company, and members of a China-based network for supporting Iran's ballistic missile program. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is attempting to put a positive spin on his Washington encounter with his U.S. counterpart Donald Trump, calling it a new awakening in bilateral relations. But behind joint commitments to work together in the war against terrorism, reaction has been cool in Turkey, with a recognition that the much-heralded pivotal encounter failed to deliver any breakthrough in ongoing points of bilateral tension. U.S. stocks, the dollar, and government bonds were down in Wednesday's trading amid investor worries about controversial actions and comments from President Trump. The major U.S. stock indexes fell 1.8% or more, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average was off 372 points. The UN Security Council held a closed-door meeting Wednesday to discuss the deteriorating situation in Venezuela, where anti-government protests have rocked the country for more than 6 weeks amid a worsening economic and humanitarian situation. The United States called for the meeting, which marks the first time the 15-nation council which is responsible for international peace and security, has taken up the matter. In Venezuela, we are on the verge of a humanitarian crisis, U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley said ahead of the meeting. Peaceful protesters have been injured, arrested, and even killed by their own government. Medicine is unavailable, hospitals lack supplies, and it's become difficult to find food. For the past 6 weeks, Venezuela has been shaken by near-daily anti-government street demonstrations aimed at removing President Nicolas Maduro from power.
That's the latest world news from VOA.